Exactly how much longer are we going to be sitting in this classroom? It's getting late, and I have a lot of homework to do. And considering home is in the name, I feel it would be a bit inappropriate to start working on it, outside of my home. Look, I'm not in trouble or anything. Everyone else has already gone home. So wouldn't this technically count as holding me hostage? I know. I remember going through this at the beginning of the school year. Tardiness policy, attendance policy, and dismissal policy. In the event of inclement weather that would make it unsafe for students to walk home, those who usually do walk must be picked up by a responsible party. Look, I understand the policy, but I think you ought to make an exception unless you want to be here all night. Because I've been through this whole song and dance before. My parents are busy people. Too busy to ever pick me up from school, which is why I normally walk. I walk in the rain, I walk in the snow, I walk through whatever I have to get back to my house. And I'm fine. I am perfectly fine. Oh, please. I've walked home in far worse than a torrential downpour. I know that it's also a thunderstorm. I've walked home during a tornado watch that turned into a tornado warning when I was still 3 blocks away from home. And look at me. Am I still alive? Except that is the point. The point is, I've survived worse than this, so why not just let me go home? Ugh. Yes, I suppose my parents should be willing to set aside their work to come and pick me up so that they know I'll be safe, but really, that isn't how my family works. What I mean is, we're expected to be able to take care of ourselves to some degree. We're expected to be able to keep ourselves safe and get home safely. I can do that. They trust me to do that. They know that I can make it through this just fine. The only one who is calling that into question is you. What does that have to do with it? Well, who cares whether or not I want to walk home in this? What I want doesn't really matter, it's what needs to be done. And the more I sit here, the more time I waste waiting, the worse the storm is getting and the more unpleasant it's going to be for me. So, again, why can't you just let me out? Are you serious? You could lose your job over this? Breaking the policy would be a liability issue. Of course it would. Yeah. I do get that. Since you have the policy in place, making an exception could be deemed as negligence. Therefore, if something were to happen to me, it would be on you for not upholding the policy, especially without informing my parents of said decision. So, it would be on you if I got hurt or killed. And that would definitely be cause for firing you. I do get that, unfortunately. There are other people who could pick me up, but like I said, my parents aren't going to let that happen. What? What are you talking about? It sounds like I'm not being taken care of. I have a roof over my head, don't I? Food in my belly and clothes on my back? My parents aren't beating me or anything. Well, no, I guess they don't really tell me that they love me. But why would they? That's only something that married people say, right? I don't understand the question. I mean, sure, they take care of me by making sure that I can take care of myself, and then they leave the rest to me. What? What do you mean that's not normal? Well, yeah, I'm young, but now's the time when it's easier for me to learn things, so the quicker I learn them, the quicker I start doing them, the easier it'll be when I'm a grown-up. Well, not really. No. I guess I don't get much time to, quote-unquote, act like a kid. I mean, what does that even mean? I go to school, I do homework, I train the way my family wants me to train for my future career. That's all I need. Well, our family has always done one thing. Every generation of my family. So, obviously, I'm expected to do the same thing, which means that I need to start preparing as soon as possible. That's why I take care of myself. That's why I do what they say. That's why I don't get any time to really play much or make friends. I mean, I play with my little sister sometimes, but that's kind of it. Well, no one's ever actually asked me that. It's just kind of an expectation in my household, I guess. Not really, no. I've never really been that big of a fan of what my family does. I mean, it's whatever. If they want to do it, that's fine, but it's not what I want to do. I don't know what I want to do. I don't think I've ever given it much thought because I don't have a say in the matter. I do what they say or else. Or else they'll kick me out, disown me. Parents are always putting pressure on their kids. That's normal. It's not. So, threatening to disown your kid or kick them out over them not doing what you say, that isn't normal? Huh. Well, I guess it's good that we're in a classroom because I'm certainly learning a lot. Yeah. Yeah, I am. No, I don't know, okay? I don't know if I'd be better off out of my parents' house. It's all I've ever known, but You say that this isn't normal, and you say that it's not normal for them to not tell me that they love me. You say that this isn't healthy. I don't know. I don't know if I would be better off not living with them. I do know that if I wasn't there, my sister wouldn't be better off. The rest of my family, they'd be fine, but I do want to make sure she's okay. What? No. No, absolutely not. Listen. I do know one thing. I know that teachers are required to report if they think children are being mistreated, but I'm not. I'm not being mistreated. I'm perfectly fine. I'm just fine. I get good grades in school, don't I? I'm healthy. I am taken care of. I'm fine. I don't need your help. I don't need your help. I want to go home, okay? I want to go home. No. I just want to go back to my sister. It'll be a while before my parents get home. I want a chance to feel like a kid while they're out. And the more time I spend here, the less time I get to spend making sure that she's okay. So will you please just let me go home? I don't know. If there was a way for both of us to be okay. For me to stay with her and make sure that she was okay. I mean, no, not really. I don't have any other family who isn't like that. I do have one friend, though. I wouldn't mind if we both stayed over at his house for a while. Could we do that? You're sure that that would be okay? You're sure that they're not going to try to separate us or something? You'd better be sure about that. Because otherwise, you will find out exactly what my parents do for a living. Because they've taught me how to do it. They have taught me how to rip out a person's heart. And if anything happens to my sister because of you, I won't mind knowing how to do that.